Hey friends, we're doing a camera test on my fancy camera. This is the camera that I shot the TV show on, and I'm checking the sound. I have a nice microphone to add to it, but unfortunately that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out if this sounds okay. I wanted to talk a little bit about VELLMA and what VELLMA is and why it's important. I've talked about this on the Game Shots podcast. But for those of us who don't want to watch an hour-long podcast where I speak extemporaneously about high-concept philosophical nonsense, this is the basics. VELLMA is an acronym. It stands for Virtual Experiential Learning Library and Media Archive. And what it is a computer, or series of computers, a series of servers, a computer system, a computer network that contains within it a large portion of things that people might need when they're researching something. Okay, it's like a library. So, for example, if somebody was interested in video games for some reason, like they were interested in the history of Super Mario Brothers, let's say, for an example, they could go to a terminal, a computer terminal, a VELLMA terminal, and they would be able to type in Super Mario, or whatever, Mario, and VELLMA would know what they were talking about, and be able to say, okay, Super Mario Brothers, and there's a button that says go, and then you just get to play it, right? No weird subscription things, no payment, no registering, you just press it and it goes. Why? We want as little barriers between us and the learning as possible, and VELLMA helps facilitate that. What else is it for? VELLMA will contain a large portion of things people might need to know: books, movies, music. Right now it's a series of folders on my desktop PC. Let's take a look and see what's in there. Right now it's just a series of folders. I have a ton of YouTube videos, have their own drive. Video games is kind of the biggest section right now because it was easy and that's what I was focusing on. But the whole point is that we should be able to preserve these things so that a learner sometime in the future can go to the terminal, can go to the system, can get onto the network and get out the things that they need in order to help them learn things. So, for example, one of the projects I'm working on is the Chess Turk project. The Chess Turk is a real historical thing that really existed. It was a automaton made during the Victorian era, and it was all a parlor trick. It was made to act like it was made of clockwork and metal and wood, and it was basically a robot that was made to play chess. Right? This was all done. This is all smoke and mirrors, right? It didn't really work, but that was the conceit. How might somebody go about building such a thing? Well, first thing we need to do is research, right? And so we'd go to the VELLMA terminal, maybe the library, and we go to the terminal and we type in Chess Turk, and then VELLMA serves up all of the things about the Chess Turk that it has, right? And one of the things that we need to do with VELLMA is make it understand what it has in its collections. So we wouldn't have to necessarily delineate between books or YouTube videos or this, that, and the other. It would give us everything. And if it was a book, you would be able to click on it, says go, and there's the book, there's the text, bam, there's the text. Probably with bookmarks even that tell you where those passages are. And if it was a YouTube video, go. Right, there's a place. There it is. All right, as little barrier between us and the learning as possible. And we can imagine that because we don't know what kinds of projects people will be interested in, we have to have everything. And so we have everything, and so we want to have everything. So VELLMA right now is a idea. It's a computer network system, but we want to turn it into an artificial intelligence system, so it knows who you are, and it will help serve things up to you that it thinks you might find interesting. So it would take all of that data from the projects that I've done, like the nautical table I built, or the Kermit the Frog project, or the arts and crafts cabinet, or the arcade machine, right? All these things that I've done, the trash cube, all these things that I've done, and it would, since it knows so many other things, it knows more than I could possibly know about the world, it would be able to front load to me things that it thinks that I might find interesting. And that might help me get inspired and help me find a new project, thus helping me learn things, thus helping me grow as a human being, thus helping me realize, get closer to some truth about myself, some fulfillment, some contentment in life. All right, and I think VELLMA is a pillar of the academy that we're trying to build. The next few videos that I'm going to make for this channel, because I haven't really been making videos very well for this channel because it's kind of difficult to figure out how to get people's attention. But the next few videos I'm going to make are demonstrations of the VELLMA database in action. Be a couple of video game ones because I do maintain the biggest video game database in the world. And VELLMA is just part of VELLMA, just sort of by accident. And because that's interesting to people, I think people might get a kick out of that, and I think that's what we'll show. But I want to do some other things. I've got, like I said, a big section on YouTube videos, a big section on role-playing games, a big section on video game strategy guides, which is really interesting to me, I think. And I'd like to do some videos about how to find projects in this mess, and how the AI might work, how the algorithms might work to help serve up something interesting. I think that's it. I think that's all I want to say right now. Stay tuned.